Today we're going to practice some of our covering skills, and we're going to cover to a method called Stedman Doubles, and that means that you are going to be always the sixth bell to ring, and the other bells are going to be swapping over and changing over in the method. You don't need to know what they're doing, you just need to know that you're going to be the last bell to ring in the row. So we're going to go to the top, click on Open File, select 5 bell, and you need to find Stedman Doubles, double click it, and it should appear in the grey column up here. We're also going to just make sure that we are ringing the bell without the delay, so when we press our letter R on the keypad it will ring straight away. So we go to ringing. We're going to make sure that user starts bell movements, this option is not ticked, which it isn't there. And that means that we will be able to ring number 6 bell without any delay. We'll just press the key and it will ring. So single click number 6 because that's the bell we want to ring, and just check that it's in numerical order from left to right if that's what you like. Just test your bell. It's really a good thing to do when you start these exercises, that you actually ring the bell so you get really used to your sound. This is primarily a listening exercise, not rope sight. So we're going to start 7 doubles, and we're looking to get full greens on the top bar. That's our challenge.
Go, Stedman.
And so on. So the plain course of Stedman Doubles is quite long, so it gives you plenty of opportunity to ring the last bell down. So you first look at your score and you think, right, out of 10, is that a pretty good score? I'm happy with that. You go then to 1, 2, 3 at the top, review striking, click on this, and it gives you a very good graph of where your bell was. So you can see that I was veering a little bit late on occasions and very rarely early, so I need to make sure that I'm a little bit faster. Up here it's quite useful as well. This is the hand stroke, so I'm 1% late at hand stroke. As you can see, I'm 7% late at the backstroke here. So it gives you really good feedback and makes you think, right, okay, so next time I'll try and improve that. So that's on 6. Then if you want an additional challenge, and this is really, really good for picking out your bell and listening to places, is if you go up to the top options here where it says bells and just increase the number of bells by 2. So we've now got 3 cover bells. These are the ones in blue. So we are going to still ring number 6, but we're going to have number 7 and number 8 ringing after us. So we can no longer rely on the fact that we're the lowest bell ringing. We're actually in the group, and this is fairly tricky to hear your bell and especially being in 6th place, it's not like it's 2nd place or 3rd place, which is near the front. So we're going to give it a go. We're going to make sure that we single click on number 6 because that's the one that we want to ring, and then double click on number 8, and that means that they then go in numerical order from left to right. We're still on Stedman Doubles, just check that, and then just check that your bell works, and also to listen to the sound of your bell. Okay, we'll have a go.
Go, Stedman.
Okay, so you look at the score, 8.2. So I'm not as good as when I was the last bell down, and that's to be expected. It's very difficult to do as well with 2 other extra covers, but it's really, really good practice, and you'll really hear, if you're out, you'll hear that gap, or you'll hear your bell clash with the others. So I'd really recommend this to do this. If you first of all do the one on 6 bells first, then move on to this. So let's look on the 1, 2, 3. And you can see where I'm actually was fairly early on several occasions. So I was crashing into the bell in 5th place. You can see there. So I was 1% late at hand stroke, and then backstroke I was 2% late. It's interesting that it's not telling me about the early ones. I thought it would say something about however many percent early. So that's rather interesting. Maybe it's the error is 24%, but 1% was late, so maybe 23% was early. I don't know. So that's today's exercise. I hope you find it useful. If you noticed, some of these bars at the top turned yellow, and that's because I've got on the hang on, where is it? There we go. I've got highlight ringer to follow. I've got that ticked, and that means that whilst you're doing that, if you wanted to, you can then look across and see which ones are highlighted, and that's the last bell to ring. But really, that's possibly a separate exercise where we look at which bell to follow using rope sight. I think this is definitely should be just a listening exercise rather than trying to mix them up at the moment.